Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of Respawn Syndicate. Today we're doing a game review of Nova Drift. Now, Nova Drift is a space shooter RPG roguelike game. It's really fun. It's about $18 on Steam, although you can usually find it on sale. And this game, I've played it for years. It is a really fun game. There's so much customizability. There's a lot of different builds you can do. This game has tons of replayability, and it's actively being updated. It's a really fun game that is not too hard to get into, and it's perfect for people who, you know, have lower end PCs. I've been running this on, you know, a terrible PC. I've run it on my laptop before that I use for school, so it's perfect for just about anybody. There's tons of different builds, there's a good community, there's a Discord. Overall, it's a really fun, great game. The overall core mechanic of this game is pretty simple. You are a spaceship and you're just trying to fight the people who are trying to fight you. There's not really any lore, at least that I'm aware of. There might be some, but if there is any, it's not told through the game. And yeah, so the core mechanic is you're fighting off people who are trying to shoot you down. Very simple, but it works. It's effective. And you know, you get your upgrades, you level up. Every time you level up, you get to have an upgrade. There's three core upgrades that you start your run with, and that's your weapon, your shield, and your body or your spacecraft. And that can drastically affect how your game is going to go. And there's so many different variations. It's insane. Once you get through those first three upgrades, then you have like general upgrades that any build can use. But that's the gist of it. This game has very strong pros. It's fun. It's lightweight. It's not hard to get into. The artwork, very beautiful. The overall game design, very beautiful. There's so much going on with this game. It's so complex, but still so simple. Like, I know that makes no sense, but this game is just very fun, very easy to get into. It's not performance heavy. It's a very well-made game that I think everybody should try at least once. It is a very strongly made game, and I love this game. I've been playing it, like I said, for years. You know, there's really not much to say about it other than it's a really good, solid game. I mean, I don't know what to say. The developers are actively engaged with the game. They're making updates. There's new bosses. There's new levels. There's new upgrades that are coming. It's a game that's actively being worked on. And yeah, I mean, it's a very solid game that I think has a very good future. With that being said, though, that doesn't mean the game's perfect. There are, of course, some cons. The biggest one for me, like I said earlier, the lore. For me, I'm very much a person who loves a story behind a game. Now, if that isn't a big deal to you, then just ignore what I'm about to say. But remember, this is my opinion at the end of the day. I love a game that has a good story. And who knows, like, maybe later on down the road, they'll add some lore to the game. But for me, I really enjoy it. It helps me get into the game. So, there not being any lore, it's kind of annoying, but oh well, it's not that big a deal. Really, the only other con that I can think of, and it really isn't that major of a con, like, I really don't care that much about this, is the music. I really don't like the music. It's not that big a deal. Usually when I'm playing by myself, I just turn it off and I watch YouTube, listen to my own music, whatever, but I really don't like the music in the game. And it's, once again, personal thing. I'm being nitpicky at this point. It's really not that big a deal, but it's just, the music is not good. I'm not a fan of it. And, you know, I hate that for this game. It's, like I said, it's a very solid, very well-made game. But it's just not fun for me when I don't want to listen to the game. Everything else, you know, the explosions, the sound design, everything else is really good. It's just the music that I'm nitpicking on here. I really don't like the music. I wish it was more, I don't know, like EDM. I wouldn't say EDM. I really don't know what I would prefer. I'm not really good at this kind of thing when it comes to music. But what they have here isn't working for me. Personally, I'm not a fan of it. One more con that, again, isn't that big a deal. There's definitely a definitive meta. And that's not always a bad thing. So, you know, if you're not really bothered by that, then just, you know, it is what it is. But there's definitely a definitive meta. There's definitely builds that are much better than others. And, of course, there is going to be some stuff like that in every game. But I feel like this game just has a really bad balancing problem with certain things. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but that's just how it is sometimes. But, I mean, for some people love that. They love to do a challenge with a suboptimal build. But for me, I would just prefer that everything is more balanced. But that's hard to do, and you can't really ask for perfection from everybody. So it is what it is, you know? It's not that big a deal. Now, with all that being said, let's get into the games ranking. Nova Drift, for me, gets a 7 out of 10. Very good game, very solid game. You get your money's worth. However, there are a couple of flaws that, for me, bump it down from 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. This game's not perfect, but the developers are active, and they're working on the game as we speak. It's a very active developer involvement. There's a Discord. They listen to the community. It's a very solid game. I recommend everybody try this. It's $18 on Steam. It's very, you know, it's very easy to get into. It doesn't take a lot. It's not hard to get into. It's not, you know, beginner. I guess the opposite of beginner friendly. I don't even know what word I'm looking for here. But yeah, Nova Drift for me gets a 7 out of 10. That's all I gotta say about it. It's a good game. So, with that being said, that's gonna be the end of today's episode, or today's video, not episode. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great one. If you ever want to watch me play these games live on Twitch, it's gonna be in the description of this video. And yeah, I mean, have a good day. Oh, I did just recently upgrade my computer, and my this semester of college is ending up soon for me. So I'm hoping that I have some more the higher quality videos for you guys coming out soon. Hopefully we won't, you know, have to. Hopefully it'll work out. But yeah, I upgraded my computer, got some free time coming up. I'm really hoping to have some higher quality videos out soon. And yeah, with that being said, have a great one. I'm glad you watched it all the way through. And bye.